Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we please ask you to rise for the singing of the national anthem, tonight performed by the Liberty High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Miss Rika Harith.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of God.
We have a very special song we would like to share with you. This is the 8th year that the Chamber Choir has been invited to sing for the retirement reception, and we're always pleased to do it. We are always pleased to thank those special teachers that have been such a big part of our students' life. And I speak as a teacher and also as a parent. There are some teachers sitting here today that have been very special teachers to my child. And so, with that in mind, we would like to share a song with you that we hope you will carry off in your hearts because we mean it very sincerely. Thank you, teachers, for all you do.
Today I learned what it takes to grow. You gotta put into motion what you know. Take a step outside your comfort zone, and never forget you're not alone. Today I learned the future's coming fast. Today I learned this happiness can last. Today I learned these things with you. Sometimes the mountains were high, but with you by my side, we made it through. Sometimes we laughed and we cried, and we sang all our dreams together. Right now the future's upon us, and we'll look back on this day with pride. Right now it's time to move on, but I know that we'll always remember that today I learned these things with you. Today I learned how to sing the blues and how to keep up the stride on the path we choose. Be ready and willing to pay your dues. And if we're working together, how can we lose? Today I learned the future's coming fast. Today I learned this happiness can last. Today I learned with you. Sometimes the world made me weary, but you standing near me, I made it through. Sometimes we laughed and we cried, and we sang all our dreams together. Right now the pages are turning, our lives will be earning from now on. Right now it's time to move on, but I know that we'll always remember. Sometimes the mountains were high, but with you by my side we made it through. Sometimes we laughed and we cried, and we sang all our dreams together. Whoa. Right now the future's upon us, and we'll look back on this day with pride. Right now it's time to move on, but I know that we'll always remember that today I learned these things with you. Today I learned these things with you.
It's always a great way to start our retirement reception with the Liberty High School Chamber Choir, again under the direction of Miss Rika Harith. Let's give them another big round of applause. Good evening, everyone, and we welcome everyone here to the beautiful campus of Liberty North High School for this year's retirement reception. This evening, we publicly recognize 13 individuals that have dedicated their careers to education and have made Liberty Public Schools a better place for our students, staff, parents, and community. The faces you will see join us here in the front and those set to retire but couldn't be with us this evening have accumulated hundreds of service to education and truly impacted thousands upon thousands of young lives in very positive ways. They have now come to this point where they are now just days away from ending wonderful careers and will begin new exciting adventures. Reasons for their retirement may vary. Some of them may want to spend more time to travel. Some may want to spend more time with family, and some simply time to relax. While there may have been just a few of you that had no plans whatsoever to retire, but may have been enticed a few months ago. Regardless of the reason, those colleagues that you are leaving behind in your workplace in our district have mixed emotions. Sad that you are leaving, while excited for the opportunities that await you. With the 13 retirees with us this evening, please rise for a moment to be recognized. And we will get to know more about them as Mr. Brewer and Mr. Connor introduce them individually in just a few moments. But before I turn it over to Mr. Brewer, I just wanted to spend a couple of moments thanking a few folks for making tonight's event possible. And this committee has been together now for several years, and it's a well-oiled machine, and it's led by South Valley Middle School principal Jill Mullen, who's back there in the back. I want to thank her for leading our committee and does a wonderful job. Committee members include Emily Presser, Greg Meese, Julie Moore, Carrie Gabriel, Sarah Fisher, and Lynn Martin. Let's give them a round of applause. Some of our student entertainment you heard just a moment ago. I think they're feasting on some hors d'oeuvres over here right now, which is a good thing for us, so we can give them a round of applause. First, I want to thank the Liberty High School Small Orchestra Ensemble, who provided our pre-show entertainment under the direction of Dr. Mary Lou Jones. We give them a hand. And of course, Liberty High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Miss Rika Harith. A couple more individuals to thank. I want to thank Dr. Martin Jacobs, the principal here at Liberty North High School, and his staff for their accommodating today's event, a new venue this year, and glad to be here in Eagle Country this year. So let's give them all a big round of applause. And a reminder, the camera's right here. Today's event being taped on Channel 18 for your viewing pleasure, so you can rewatch this memorable event. That will be airing in the next week to come. And at this time, let's have any retired staff of LPS or education, please stand and be recognized if you're in attendance with us here today. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mike Brewer, to share a few words.
Thank you, Dallas. This is, in some ways, my favorite event, and in some ways, my least favorite event. This is my 25th year in Liberty Public Schools, and at this event, we're saying, in some ways, goodbye to some icons, some heroes of mine and ours. Now we know and we hope we're not saying goodbye unless you're moving away to some exotic place, and some of you may be doing that, and we may read about that. But what I want to do is just make sure that you know how much we appreciate you. I know some of you very well. This is, again, my 25th year. I'm getting close to being out there, I think. You know, to celebrate today with us, we have a few individuals that I want to introduce, and then I want to say just a couple of other words, and then I'll turn it over to our board president. Today, with us celebrating, we have Dr. John Jungman, our deputy superintendent, soon to be superintendent of schools, and he's in the back. Dr. Bob Vogelaar, our assistant superintendent for human resources. Colleen Jones, our Assistant Superintendent for Academic Services. Ms. Carol Embry, our CFO. And also with us, we have Kim Marie Graham, a board member, and then someone I'll introduce in a moment, our board president, Mr. Scott Connor. Let's give them a round of applause for their service. I want to just take just one moment to tell you thank you on behalf of my wife and I, because we have 4 children who have graduated from Liberty schools. They went through Franklin Elementary, Liberty Middle School, Liberty Junior High, and Liberty High School. That route is not as clear as it used to be because we've added so many schools. But many of you have impacted my children, and Nancy and I, we had them together. She did most of the work, actually. Yeah, the women know that that's the case. You have impacted our children, our 4 children, in an incredible way, and you know who you are. And I'm looking at some of you right now. And then those of you who've not had our children have impacted somebody else's children just like that. And so you are our heroes. We build upon your legacy. We will do our very best. You were all in for public education and are all in for public education, and we are as well. And so we will do our very best to continue the legacy of excellence that you've begun. When we talked about doing a retirement incentive, I had mixed emotions big time, and many of the board members did as well. We knew that that might entice all of you. Who knows if that was the factor. And yet we wanted to honor you and also just continue to offer what we could for you. But again, it came with mixed emotions. So again, in closing, I want to thank you for investing your life, and you will continue to invest your life in something that's very worthy. No one can question the way you've spent your time. Feel very proud about it. Continue to make a difference like you have, and I know you will. And with that, I want to introduce our board president, and I want to thank him personally for all the time he devotes to our school district, Mr. Scott Connor. He's a very dedicated board member, and he wants to say a few words. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer. I coached youth football for a few years, and in youth football, our half times are only 5 minutes long, so I'm used to not speaking very long at all. I'm going to keep this less than 2 minutes probably. But I just wanted to share with you that, you know, of the 5 people who had the biggest impact on my life when I was growing up, 3 of them were teachers. And one in particular became a surrogate father for me at a very difficult time in my life. His advice and guidance helped me through some very difficult times. So I want you to know there are a lot of students, you know, out there somewhere. You may never see them again, you may, but they've been positively impacted by you. You may not know it, and students may never tell you this, but your impact on others is your legacy. And as you leave LPS, know that you are appreciated by school leadership and by your peers, but most importantly by students that you worked with each and every day. So on their behalf, we thank you. And on behalf of the entire Board of Education, thank you for your service to Liberty Public Schools. Thank you.
It is that time to recognize our retirees, and we will start with Mark Blakely. You're first on the list, so come on up and you get to stand next to me as I talk about you a little bit. Hey, you guys talk about me all the time, I know that, okay? Mark Blakely teaches industrial technology. He was born in he began his employment. I was going to say he was born in 2010. That's definitely not the case. He began his employment in 2010 with Liberty Schools. He's been in education for 32 years in Missouri, 3 years in the Liberty Public Schools, and he's been the department chair of the Project Lead the Way. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. Platte City is his hometown. His alma mater is Northwest Missouri State. his special memory. The first day of the last school year, I was going to the teacher's lounge and my daughter was there. So his daughter teaches at Liberty High School. He walks into the teacher's lounge and she's there as a teacher. That was a fun experience, but a little weird. I will always be grateful to Liberty for giving me the opportunity to teach with my daughter. His interests and hobbies are tennis. His retirement plans are to continue teaching in a neighboring state that I will not name, Kansas. He still enjoys teaching and enjoys education, and that's evident every day when I see him interacting with kids. His special guest today at the reception, his wife Teresa, Therese Blakely, and daughter Kelsey Blakely, who again teaches at Liberty High School. Let's have those two stand, and they are support for their father and husband. And let's give them all a round of applause. Mark, we appreciate all you do, and thank you for investing your life in public education. And we've got a bell for you. And just to, since he's the first one, we've got a special video, so we aren't going to have each retiree say a few words. We're not having that like we've done in the past, so it's a little bit different than in the past. So I just want to make sure we set that tone. So thank you, Mark. Let's give him a round of applause.
Right, next up in front of the cameras, Leslie Bunch. Okay. Okay. Is that better? I was told to get closer to the mic, but that sounds like I'm yelling. Should I yell Leslie Bunch into the... Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Leslie is a 6th and 7th grade vocal music teacher and music director at Liberty Middle School. She began her employment with Liberty Public Schools in 1992 and has taught at LPS for 20 years, all at Liberty Middle School. She was born in Creston, Iowa, and considers Creston her hometown. Her alma maters are Northwest Missouri State, where she received her Bachelor of Science in Vocal Music Education, and Park University, where she got her Master's in Teaching. Her interests, she loves playing the piano, attending music and theater production, and she loves Chiefs football. As we all do, we've got hopes, big hopes this year, right?
That's right.
Her retirement plans include accompanying on the piano, hopefully in a school or college setting, and basically just plan on playing the piano as much as I can. These are her words, not mine. I also hope to travel in a couple of years when my husband retires, so let's get on that. And special guests at the reception today are her husband, Alan, her son and daughter-in-law, Daniel and Lydia, and her daughter and her daughter's fiance, her daughter, Audra, and her daughter's fiance, Robert. So this is Leslie Bunch from Liberty Middle School. Congratulations. Peggy Chase. Is Peggy? There's Peggy. In case you can't tell, we're going in alphabetical order, so you know when to anticipate. Peggy Chase. Peggy is a one-on-one para at Liberty High School and began her employment with Liberty Public Schools in 2001. While she is here, she has been at, these are all acronyms on here, so I have to be able to remember what all these are.
I think I forgot Ridgeview, but I'm not sure.
No, Ridgeview's on here.
Oh, okay.
Liberty High School, Liberty Junior High, Liberty Middle School, Liberty Oaks, Alexander Donovan, Ridgeview, and Shoal Creek. She's gotten around a little bit.
They just kept moving.
She was born in Lockwood, Missouri, and considers Liberty her hometown. Her alma maters are CMSU and Missouri Southern. And a special memory is that, I read this earlier, so I think it's funny. When I was at Shoal Creek, I worked with all 5 kindergarten classes, and I wanted to give each student a homemade sticker bingo game for Christmas. I underestimated the amount of work involved in making 105 grids and the amount of stickers I would need. Each game required 97 different stickers. I was running all over the area looking for cheap sets of stickers. I know I will miss all of my kids when we graduate. Interests and hobbies are mission work, cooking, playing games, entertaining, and writing children's stories. And her retirement plans include, she says, I finished writing class 4 years ago, so I would like to pursue my writing. I finished a writing class, that's what I meant to say. Since 2005, I have had a 10-cent store at Landmark Towers. Is that an advertisement? We're plugging the 10-cent store now?
I retired from that.
Oh, okay. A low-income senior housing apartment building, but because most of the students who helped me are graduating this year, I'm not going to coordinate the store any longer. However, I plan to continue to do things for the residents on a smaller scale. My husband has planned a graduation trip for us to Hawaii this summer. We also have a trip planned in the fall to Utah to see my sister and her family. It will be nice going on trips other than just during the summer. Her special guests today are her husband Noel, her daughter Amy, her son Scott, and her granddaughter and grandson Haley and Spencer, and her niece Gail. This is Peggy Chase from Liberty High School.
The next retiree we would like to honor is Laura Davison. Laura is the counselor at Warren Hills Elementary School. She came to Liberty in 2006 and has spent all 7 of her years here at Warren Hills Elementary School. She was born in Princeton, Missouri. She considers St. Joe, Missouri, her hometown. Her alma mater is Central Methodist University and Northwest Missouri State University. Special memories is entering Warren Hills for the first time the first few days before school began in 2006 and seeing the library empty. It was a brand new school. Areas with no tile on the floor, and my counselor's office used as a power tool workshop with plenty of sawdust everywhere. The rest of my memories include wonderful people and are too numerous to share just one or two. Opening a new school is always an adventure. You need multiple counselors when you open a new school. Her interests and hobbies include she loves spending time with her family and enjoying spending time with friends, eating, shopping, and laughing, working in the yard, walking the dogs, and reading are her other favorite pastimes. Her retirement plans include she's looking forward to not driving 100 miles round trip each day to work. Boy, that's dedication. When gas prices move, she pays attention. I plan to make more trips to the state of Oregon to visit my daughter and will enjoy more time with my sweet great nieces, ages 4 and 1. Also, Laura, I think it was your mother who came up to me and talked to me about coming up to see the bell and saying that your father has a bell from his teaching time, or...
It was her father, my grandfather.
So her grandfather, and that makes more sense to the story because she was telling me how he graduated high school and was able to go straight into teaching. Well, back then, the credentials were a little different than they are now. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura, well, let's see, does she have, no.
My parents.
Okay. Her parents are here. Let's have your parents stand so we can recognize them. All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Davison, thank you so much for all you've done. You know, as I read these names, some of them just bring back many memories, and this one does that for me. Sue Donnell, come on up here. Sue has been in the district since 1993, and our children grew up together, and we went to many softball games, soccer games, baseball games together as parents. She's been in LPS for 20 years at Liberty Middle School, Manor Hill, and also Liberty Junior High. She was born in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and she calls Jonesboro her hometown. Graduated from Liberty High School, and she went to Maple Woods for 1 year. Her special memories: she'll never forget when Casey Whaler did her impression of someone at the end of the year lunch. It was so funny. I can't tell you who she was pretending to be, but Casey will remember. So we'll have to check that out later.
Ask Casey.
Yes. Her hobbies are reading, making greeting cards with rubber stamps, but the most fun is playing with her 2 grandchildren, or granddaughters. And her retirement plans include volunteering at their granddaughter's school. I love that, thank you. Visiting our son and daughter-in-law, who are both in the Navy, stationed in San Diego, so what a sacrifice that is. And today with her, she has her husband Stanley Donnell and Melinda Brownfield, her daughter. So please stand and let's. Oh, and there's more. Yes, look at this. The legacy continues. A second page. Her granddaughter K.C. Brownfield, granddaughter Kaylee Brownfield, Callie, parents Vernon and Opal Graham, niece Julie Trenton, and father-in-law Stanley Donnell. Please stand and we'll recognize you. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Donnell. Thank you.
Marcia, are you ready to come up here with me? I met Marcia, not Marcia, a few months ago. How was that? I started calling her Marcia until tonight, though, so I have to be honest. This is Calvin. Calvin's coming up. We don't have a bell for Calvin, though. Marcia is the guidance counselor at Franklin Elementary and got me started in the Youth Friends program at Franklin, so Marcia is one of my buddies. Began employment with Liberty Public Schools in 1992 and was an LPS for 21 years. She taught 4th grade at Franklin in her first year here, and she's been a counselor since then at 3 different buildings: Ridgeview, Manor Hill, and Franklin. She was born in Dothan, Alabama, and grew up in Auburn, Alabama. So you're a big Roll Tide fan? No. No. Yeah, no. But considers Liberty her hometown. Her alma maters are Sam Ford University, where she got her Bachelor's of Arts in Elementary Education, and UMKC, where she got her Master's in Counseling and Guidance, Marriage and Family. One of her special memories from her time here is that one spring morning, a young student entered the building tightly clutching a small bouquet of yellow flowers. Holding them out to show me, she exclaimed, "Look what I have. Aren't they pretty?" And I responded, "They're forsythia." Jerking them back, she corrected me, "No, they are for my teacher." Every morning, I enjoy seeing forsythia bushes pop up into color and smile. She loves playing with her grandkids, talking with family and friends, cooking and eating, reading, sitting on a screen porch, talking or reading while it rains. And her retirement plans include chasing after a grandson. That's not on here, but I'm just guessing. Restoring balance to her life, and then discovering what comes next. Her special guest today, and Mike has started the tradition of having everybody stand, so if everybody would stand. Her son and daughter-in-law, Wesley and Katie, her grandsons, Will and Andrew, her daughter and son-in-law, Hillary and Jason, and her grandsons, Isaac and Calvin.
There are a bunch of other people here, too.
So this is Marcia Duke from Franklin Elementary. Congratulations, Marcia. It's another teacher near and dear to my heart, only she told me this story later, is Janelle Graber. Janelle is a 2nd grade teacher at Alexander Donovan. And Janelle knew me before I knew her. My next door neighbors in the small town I grew up in were my kind of surrogate grandparents. They didn't have kids of their own, but they had a niece who used to come home and visit them from college every once in a while. And this little snot-nosed kid next door was throwing footballs and baseballs into the yard. And that was me, and I was about that big, I guess. She began her employment with Liberty Public Schools in 1994 and has been with LPS for 19 years, all at Alexander Donovan. She was born in Trenton, Missouri, and considers Liberty her hometown because she's lived here for 39 years. Her alma maters are Northwest Missouri State University, where she received her bachelor's in elementary education, and Baker University, where she got her master's in education. Her special memories. She says, "I wish I had written a journal of funny stories. There have been many, and they always brighten my day when you get an unexpected response to a situation. The best memories are those of making progress with particular students that suddenly seemed to like reading or writing when they had not before. I think hearing kids say, 'Wow, today went really fast,' is almost always means success." Her interests and hobbies are reading and walking. Her retirement plans include, "I'd like to travel and spend more time with my family." Her special guests today are Virginia, her daughter Katie Lee, and are your grandchildren here, Cameron and Hudson?
No,
Not here? Her daughter Kelsey and her son Scott. This is Janelle Graber from Alexander Donovan.
Also, many special guests here that I know the retirees want to recognize. We can't name you all, but just colleagues that are out there. So thank you for being here and supporting your friends. And I just know that that's so meaningful for us to celebrate this together. Our next retiree is Harold Haskell. Harold, come on up. Harold began his employment with Liberty Public Schools in 2008, and he has been at Liberty High School all 5 years. He was born in Glenwood, Iowa, and considers Emerson, Iowa, his hometown. He went to Northwest Missouri State, where he received his Bachelor's of Science in Music Education and his Master's of Science in Educational Administration and Supervision. Special memory, he was raised on a farm near Emerson, Iowa, which is located in southwest Iowa. Graduated in a class of 28. That's just slightly smaller than my graduating class of 35, of which my wife was one of them.
My wife was one of them.
There you go, we're in the club. His first day there, he was to accompany a student from room 100.
This is first day at Liberty.
Okay, his first day in Liberty, he was to accompany, this sounds familiar, a student from room 100 to the tech room. This student knew the way. I was just to walk him there. As we turned the corner, there was a huge sea of humanity coming towards us. I lost the student and could not find the room. Once the halls cleared, however, I found the room, and the student was there as well. I know that feeling. Our high school is larger than our hometowns. I mean, just the student population there. Interests and hobbies include building websites and collecting coins. His retirement plans include traveling to see friends and family. And his special guest here at the reception is his wife, Carol Haskell. Let's have her stand. Thank you. And one special memory I have of Harold is just the work he does with our students and how he pours his life into them. And there's always a performance every year. And when you go watch this performance, I mean, I didn't see one dry eye, including yours. So, I mean, it's incredible what a lot of unconditional love and dedication will do in the lives of children. Thank you so much. This next retiree is not a bad basketball player, and he's even a better golfer. Jerry LAYTON, come on up. Jerry is the athletic director at South Valley Junior High, and I remember my boys were just home, and they were telling me that they could not believe there was some event and there was a three-point shooting going on, and you were hitting every one of them, and they were shocked. And I golfed with him, and we were playing scramble, and we did not play any of my shots for sure. So he's a talented athlete. Jerry began his employment. There you go. All right, this is pretty awesome. That's who?
Owen.
Owen, pretty awesome. Jerry started in 2008 here for LPS, and he's been here for 13 years, 9 years at South Valley Junior High, and 4 as an assistant principal at Liberty Junior High. He was born in Mountain View, Missouri, and considers Mountain View his hometown. He went to Yankton College in Yankton, South Dakota. University of Kansas is where he got his master's degree, and his specialist degree was earned at UMKC. His interests are golf and traveling, and his retirement plans include searching out a warm environment. Even in May, it's cold here sometimes, so it snows. His special guests today include his son and daughter-in-law, Wes and Kelly Layton, and his grandson, right here, Owen Layton. Please stand. Okay, right here. Okay, videotaping. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Layton. Give him a round of applause.
My son goes to South Valley Junior High, and I usually owe Jerry some kind of fees or a check or something, so I was just checking to make sure I'm paid up at this point, right? Our next honoree is Janice Overman. Here's Janice. Janice is the computer education teacher at Liberty Middle School. It's a long walk from the back there. She began her employment with Liberty Public Schools in 1987 and has been here for 26 years. She taught 5th grade at Ridgeview for 8 years and has been at LMS in computer education for 18 years. She was born in Lubbock, Texas, and considers Adelaide, I even said it with the accent, Adelaide, Texas, her hometown. Her alma maters include McMurray University in Abilene, Texas, and where she got her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, and Lesley University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where she received her Master's in Computer Education. She says, I have great memories of wonderfully creative students and colleagues over the years in Texas, Oklahoma, and in Liberty. And the only time I was ever called into the principal's office as a teacher in trouble involved my favorite look of the time, the miniskirt. It was the 70s, and my miniskirt was very short. Need I say more? I'm just reading what she wrote, right? You wrote that. That is when I started wearing pantsuits. Yes, they were polyester at first, and I have continued to wear some form of pants to work ever since. Her interests and hobbies are visiting with granddaughters in Austin and Atlanta, watching sports, shopping, gardening, and her retirement plans include, I plan to retire to Texas, my home state. Eventually, I'll be in the Austin area near my son Chad and his family, which includes my granddaughter Alex. I will also take lots of trips to the Atlanta area to visit my other son Kyle and his family, which includes granddaughters Caitlin, Megan, Sarah, and 5-month-old Peyton. This is Janice Overman from Liberty Middle School. Are you ready, Ms. Reed? This is Angie Reed, 8th grade special education teacher at Liberty Junior High. And I just want to say, are you shaking yet?
No,
You'll get
I'm
me
not.
back sometime. Angie's very involved in the NEA, and I'm the school board president. So those two organizations don't always see eye to eye. Almost always, but not always. But we've done a lot of work together, and Angie's been had a huge positive impact on, and this is not written down here, this is just my words, on our internal organization called Team Liberty. And for that, I want to thank you because I've had the privilege of working with Angie for the last year on that organization. So thank you for that work.
You're welcome.
She began her employment with Liberty Public Schools in 2006 and spent all 7 years at Liberty Junior High. Angie traveled a lot in her teaching career, beginning in Nuremberg, Germany, where she taught 5th grade. She has taught every grade K through 12 throughout her many years in education. She was born in Covington, Kentucky, and considers Ludlow, Kentucky, her hometown. Her alma maters are Eastern Kentucky University, where she received her bachelor's degree, and the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg, where she received her master's degree in secondary school administration. Her special memories are this: the year I was hired, there were special education positions available at both Liberty Junior High and South Valley. It was also the year that my youngest child was transitioning from Liberty Middle School to Liberty Junior High School. I interviewed with both principals and was directed to call HR and tell them what my preference was for school placement. Before I did that, I talked to my youngest child about the possibility of me being a teacher in the building where she would soon be an 8th grader. She thought it was a great idea, so for the next 2 years, she and I traveled to school together. Is she a teacher now?
Oh, no.
Different daughter.
Different daughter.
Okay. She has a daughter who's a teacher now, too, and I thought maybe that was her, different daughter.
She's a speech pathologist.
Okay. Speech pathologist, not teacher. Her interests and hobbies are reading, sewing, and organizing. And that's true. She likes to organize. She's an organizer. Some of you know her, right? And she has no retirement plans quite yet. Her special guests, if you would stand, her husband Randy, her daughter Danielle, her daughter Kelly, and her best friend from Louisville, Carol Ranchard. This is Angie Reed.
Our next retiree is Dee Walker. Dee, come on up here. Before I read this, I'll tell you just a quick story about Dee, and I don't even know if she remembers this, but she's had an impact on me from the time I was a tree trimmer, okay? So when I was a teacher here, teachers don't make that much money. I had 2 kids at the time. I needed to have some extra income, and so I cut trees. And I see some of you shaking your heads. I've cut your trees too, probably. So I'm cutting these trees in the backyard, and I prided myself on not doing any damage, and I hit her fence. And I'm so thankful she's a nurturing elementary teacher, because she didn't even get mad. And I was nervous about that, and so that did impact me. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I'm a young teacher, scared to death that I disappointed somebody, and so thank you for that. And I fixed it, obviously, but it's still standing. I did just that section with that I fixed. No, I'm just kidding. Dee teaches 2nd grade at Warren Hills Elementary. She began in 1987, and she's been at LPS for 26 years. She started at Liberty Junior High, and then went to Ridgeview, and her last 7 years have been at Warren Hills. She was born in Corydon, Iowa, and she calls Chariton, Iowa, her hometown. I think that's right, yes. Her alma mater is Truman State University. All right, I had 2 kids go there, and they did well. And she also went to the University of Nebraska to get her Master's of Art in Special Education. Go Huskers. Her special memories, there's too many to share, she says. I have loved the times she spent with children at LPS, with children and colleagues. Her interests and hobbies include reading, traveling, and photography. Her retirement plans include, she recently signed a contract to teach in the Blue Valley School District. Maybe you can carpool with Mark. I'm actually really pleased that these educators are going to continue to work with kids. Kids are valuable no matter where they are, and so thank you. Do you have any special guests here today?
Just my husband.
Okay. Okay, right here. Very good. Thank you. And let's give Dee Walker a round of applause. Our last retiree, I talked to him earlier, I said, you're the last one on the list, and we save a good one for the last here. You're all awesome. But Paul Warnix is somebody who has really made a difference with our band program. So Paul, come on up here. Paul and I taught together at LMS, and he actually helped me cut trees. Yeah. So, 2 summers. I have the scars to prove it. Paul began his employment with Liberty Schools in 1989, and he's been here for 24 years. He taught at Franklin, South Valley Middle School, South Valley Junior High, Liberty Middle School, Liberty Junior High, and Liberty High School. And he's taught my son in band, and I just love to continue to see him have a passion for it. He was born in Lexington, Missouri, and considers Buckner, Missouri his hometown. He went to Central Missouri State University, where he got his Bachelor's of Music Education, combined instrumental and vocal, and his Master's of Art in trombone performance, and he is an incredible trombone player. And his son is also going to CMSU, and I don't know, University of Central Missouri now, so they changed the name, but that's right, he knows well. His special memories, the 4 times the Liberty High School Symphonic Band performed at the Missouri Music Educators Association Convention. That is almost unheard of for 4 different times for you to take bands there. That is awesome. His interests include cooking and home improvement, and his retirement plans include getting a part-time job and traveling. And his special guest today at the reception is his wife, Deborah Warnix, who is also retiring and from the North Kansas City School District, has devoted her life to education, and also his son, David. And so you two, please stand so we can recognize you. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Warnix. Thank you, bud.
Along with these 13 individuals that we recognized in person today, there's also several others that were not able to attend, but we definitely wanted to take time to recognize today, and I will read their names, their positions, and their building location, and then we'll give them a big round of applause. They include Martha Allen, speech pathologist from Liberty Oaks Elementary, LAURIE Fairchild, instructional coach from Franklin Elementary, Lee Letty, math teacher from Liberty High School, Rita Mick, special education teacher, South Valley Middle School, Julie Murphy, speech pathologist at both Liberty Middle School and Liberty Junior High, Lori Calder, Library Media Center paraprofessional from Liberty Junior High, Jane Day, assistant registrar from Liberty High School, Joletta Rose, bus monitor from the Transportation Department. Also from the Transportation Department, school bus driver Shirley Stiegel. Marie Summers, parent educator, Early Childhood Center. Sue Wendell, administrative assistant from the District Administration Center. And James Yetter, school bus monitor from the Transportation Department. Let's give them a big round of applause. As Mike mentioned at the beginning of this program tonight, doing things a little bit different this year in the fact that we took our cameras around the district the last few weeks, and it was a good experience for me to get to see our retirees in person, many of you, and a great chance to visit with you. And I know that we will have that for you in just a moment. Several of you were willing to share a message, while others it took a little prodding, a little twisting of the arm, and some declined, which we totally respect as well. And we'll also be able to use this video to promote in some of our communication outlets in the district, so we think that will work out really well. So at this time, we're going to hear from a few of our retirees from this year.
Liberty friends, you have been my school family for the last 11 years, and I thank you so much for that opportunity. Franklin Elementary and Shoal Creek Elementary, wow, what extraordinary buildings you are, and I am so honored to have been a part of that. I also want to say a special thank you to all the remarkable instructional coaches that I've had the opportunity to work with these last few years. So at this special time in my life, I just want to thank you for all the well wishes that you are offering me. Good luck.
I'd just like to say that I've enjoyed working in the Liberty School District, and I've been here for 13 years, and the last 9 of which have been here at South Valley Junior High. And behind me you can see the trophies and plaques that our student athletes have been able to win over the years, and we've had a lot of successful stories, and several of them have gone on to the high school and had success, and some of them have even gone on to college. I have created a lot of friendships in the district, and I will miss several people, and I will have fond memories of Liberty School District. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Janice Overman. I've been in education for 33 years in Texas and Oklahoma and in Liberty for the past 26 at Ridgeview and at Liberty Middle School. I have loved being here at the middle school for the past 18 years. At Ridgeview for that first 8, I was so blessed to teach with Carolyn Phelps, 5th grade, so I'd like to say a big thank you to her. Here at the middle school, I've had wonderful administrators, as I did at Ridgeview, so I want to thank all of them. So encouraging all the way. And especially here at the middle school, my Encore team. They have been fabulous. I have been blessed to teach with all of them. I have loved teaching here at the middle school computers. This is my computer lab and my opportunity to thank the district technology department. They have been wonderful. You have saved my life on many, many occasions. My former students that have come back to be district technicians, thank you so much. You know who you are. You have made my life so much easier, so a big thank you to you. Here at the middle school, I've been privileged to teach on the Encore team for 18 years, especially with 3 beautiful women, Susan Newton, Kathy Ralston, and Amy Thornburg in computers. What talented people. I couldn't have been happier to teach with you, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. The staff has been wonderful here at the middle school. It's just made my life so complete and happy to be here in Liberty. I will be retiring and going back to Texas, my home state, and I'm really looking forward to that. I thank the Liberty community. I've been here for 27 years in Liberty. Clay Woods, my home base for the last years in the community. You've been wonderful neighbors, so thank you, Clay Woods folks. That has been wonderful. I'll be retiring to the Austin, Texas area to be near my son, Chad, who graduated in '95, and Kyle is in the Atlanta area. He's in the '95, Chad's the '92 graduate. So thank you to all of their teachers as well. I appreciate you. And just as a last thought, goodbye, y'all. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
I would like to thank my family. Without you, I would not be who I am today. I would also like to thank my team, 6B, that we've been together for a long time. I will miss seeing you guys on a daily basis, but I will be thinking of you. I would also like to thank Liberty Public Schools for allowing me to work for them. I want to thank all of the faculty, staff, team members that I've had over the past several years. Thank you for helping me to grow, for helping me to be the kind of person I should be for the school district. And I am looking forward to continuing, not with the school district, but on a retirement basis, and I thank you for being there for me.
I would like to thank Dr. Jacobs, Jessica King, Marla Edwards, and Dennis Bunch for giving me the opportunity of hiring an old man to help being at this position. Had a good 5 years here. And then I'd be amiss if I didn't say thank you to my wife for letting me get out of a retirement again to do the last 5 years. And the thing that really has kept in my mind lately was that when they started the coffee shop here, it got me so I got to meet more of the students, more of the faculty, and I really enjoyed that.
You don't teach 20 years in the same place and not have several people to thank. I'd like to begin by thanking the Encore team at Liberty Middle School. This is such a great group of people that I get to work with every day. And on any given day, they have been for me a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and provided more laughs than I can count. I will certainly miss working with them every day. When I was hired in Liberty 20 years to be part of the music faculty, I had been a patron in the community for a few years, and I knew the incredible reputation Liberty Music had, and I was so excited to become a part of it. After 20 years, I can say that my initial impressions and expectations have far been exceeded. What a phenomenal group of people. I feel honored to be called one of their colleagues, and after 20 years, I feel even more blessed that I can call so many of them my very dear friends. I want to thank them for pushing me to grow, not only as a teacher, but as a musician, and thank them for the fantastic opportunities they give kids every day in their classroom. Finally, I'd like to thank my husband, Alan. I've been married to an educator for 28 years, and not just an educator, but originally a music educator. So for me, he has been my sounding board, provided me with great perspective, rational thoughts when mine weren't always that way, and just new and different ways of thinking about things. I can truly say he gets my job, and he understands me, and I wouldn't have made it through 29 years of teaching without his love and support. To my son Daniel, his wife Lydia, my daughter Audra, and her fiance Robert, I also say thank you, because you don't become a music teacher without knowing the numerous hours you'll spend outside of the class day. And my kids have been always supportive. They've jumped in. They were a part of the Liberty Music program and have really embraced it wholeheartedly. So to so many of you, if I didn't mention you by name, I want to say thank you for 20 years of fabulous music making, 20 years of great educational moments, and 20 years of treasured memories. Thank you.
35 years of teaching, 24 in Liberty. Wow. In Liberty, things have changed since 1989. When I started here, we had one high school, one junior high, and I think 4 elementaries. Liberty High School was what I called the brick bunker. We taught band in the basement at Liberty Junior High. Now we have beautiful facilities at Liberty High School, and I've had the privilege of making music with thousands of students over the years and forged friendships with their parents, and I will miss that the most. When looking back at 35 years, it seems like it went by so fast. When I take stock though on how many events I was responsible for, it makes me really kind of take a step back. Approximately 175 football games, 280 to 300 basketball games, about 140 concerts, numerous musicals and contests, and it makes me just go, wow, I was busy. I'm looking forward to not having my fall weekends planned for me, and I will not miss getting the U-Haul truck on Friday nights. Again, I'll miss the students and the great musical experiences I've had, and wish nothing but the best for Liberty Public Schools.
I've been with the district for 14 years. I'm currently a one-on-one pair at Liberty High School. I've been with my student for 7 years, and before that I was with 2 other boys. I've been at Liberty Oaks, Shoal Creek, Alexander Donovan, Franklin, Manor Hill, LMS, the junior high, the high school. So I've seen it all, and now I'm graduating with my student. It's been a wonderful ride. My kids, I just love my kids, and I will miss them, and hopefully they'll keep in touch with me when they're gone. I've worked with some wonderful people through the years. Inga Kelly, for one, is a dear friend, and Cindy Bierman. I have a lot of respect for everyone that works in the district. I've learned so much from all the teachers sitting in all these classes, and it's just been a great ride. Thank you.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the people at Alexander Donovan and the families and the friends that we've made there, and the teachers and the administration. I've had a wonderful almost 20 years of being associated. Walking across the street from my home to Donovan every day has just been a privilege. I want to especially thank my team. They've been very supportive. You just don't know how much you need people until you go through difficult situations, and you realize how family-like that your staff and people around you become. Having said that, I want to thank my family too. They've been very supportive through the years, allowing me to spend the hours that I have, the extra hours, doing what needs to be done. I've enjoyed great associations with wonderful families at Donovan, and the children that have gone through have been just a great friendships and just a great experience all the way around. So, thank you.
I have been in Liberty for the last 7 years, but that has just been the capstone to a 28-year teaching career that began in Nuremberg, Germany, teaching elementary school 5th graders. I have traveled many places, taught in 4 different school districts. I have really enjoyed my time at Liberty Public Schools. My children went to school here, both graduated from here. One is actually teaching here in Liberty, so I'm very proud of her. And I have enjoyed working with the special ed team here at Liberty Junior High. I followed Carrie Broyles here from Fort Osage and have really had a great time. I love working with 8th graders. I love teaching math, even though I didn't think I would. And I will probably miss the people that I work with. I really don't think I will miss being up and about at 7:30 in the morning doing teaching. But I have no idea what I'm going to do next year. But it will probably have something to do with children, special ed, something that I enjoy.
During my time in the Liberty School District, I've had the opportunity to be the counselor at Warren Hills. I've been privileged to work with outstanding administrators, a wonderful staff, awesome kids and their supportive parents, and a tremendous group of counselors in the guidance department. It's the relationships I've built with these people that make it so bittersweet as I close this chapter of my life and prepare to start a new one. So to all of you, before I go, I just want to say thank you for letting me be a part of your lives over the last several years, and thank you for being a blessing in mine. I wish you all in this district the very best. God bless.
I have loved my career here at Liberty and have always felt very proud to be a Liberty teacher. The kids are great here in Liberty, and I will miss them terribly. I've had a few people in my career that really stand out. One is Loretta Hughes. I love that lady. She taught me a lot. And my teaching partner, Amy Schaff, for over 2 decades, we have stumbled through this thing together, and I will definitely miss her. I'd also like to thank the rest of my team and all the people that I've worked with. I think everything I've done has been a little part of everyone who I've been in contact with. So thank you very much.
Before we conclude here this evening, just want to thank you for your attention. And before our new retirees exit, we would just ask that you please come to the front, and we want to have our annual traditional ringing of the bells here with Superintendent Brewer and Board President Connor, and we'll get a picture of that, and then you'll be free to go. So thanks again for all you have done for LPS. Have a great end of the school year, and happy retirement. Thank you.